it's the Edna coming to you with a part 2. My boyfriend was working roots on me, so I'm just going to go over some of the things that I was talking about and try to answer them, because this is something that's been on my mind for years. So I think it was really time for me to express and maybe help somebody else who could be going through something like this. Okay, so one of the things that I talked about was my arm being broken. Okay, so when I first went to the hospital, they told me it wasn't anything wrong. They sent me home. They didn't give me anything. I'll say maybe a year later, I moved to Orlando and I went to the hospital. My arm was still like giving me pain. It wasn't severe as before, but it was giving me pain. One day while I'm in the house and I'm cleaning up, like trying to do something with my curtains or whatever, I popped my arm. When I was lifting it, I popped it and it hurt so bad. Like I just sat and I just rocked. Like I just rocked for probably about 10 minutes straight. It hurt so bad. So when I finally went to Orlando, I went to the hospital and they was like, hospital in Orlando, they told me, oh, it's ligaments. I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's ligaments popped off in your arm. It's several of them popped, and just, they didn't tell me that my arm was broken, but they did see the knot that I was talking about. I don't really remember everything. It was so long ago and I wasn't in the best place still, so I don't really remember that well. But my arm, it wasn't giving me as much pain as it used to. My hometown said wasn't nothing wrong with my arm. Orlando said that ligaments was popped off in my arm. Tendons, not tendons, but something, it was messed up. And I found out, someone told me that people can do spiritual things where they cause pain to themselves and you will experience it. So it just got my mind to wondering, like, I remember him walking around when he punched that TV. He went to the hospital. The hand didn't look broken or nothing, but he just walked around like it never gave him any pain. But when my arm was messed up, it didn't look like anything was really wrong with it, but it gave me like severe pain. So it's like, that's something that played through my mind too. I don't know how true it is to transfer pain or something like that, but I believe it. I believe that's what happened, because when he was walking around, the whole time, he never act like anything was wrong with his hand. Okay, so I want to move on to the next thing. The smells. What the smells smell like. The smells would smell like something dead, or like a strong fish smell, like a fish odor. And at first I didn't know what it was. When I first started smelling, I thought it was dead rats in the walls. And when I say it would be loud, like my house would be so loud. When I think about it now, I think about it as if those smells was spirits, because I noticed one night I was dancing in the house with my girlfriend, and it's like I smell it and I'll move one way and then I won't smell it, then I'll go another way, and then it was like I'll smell it again, like it was dancing with me, it was moving with me. And the smells will only be in like certain spots, like not necessarily the same spots, but the smells would just be in specific spots. So maybe that was a spirit that would be near me. It took a long time before the smells really went away. I've always seemed to be just trying to figure my way out since I've been on this spiritual journey, and I only want advice from certain people, or people who I feel like they're really spiritually connected. Whether they're in the church or not, I don't deny whoever God may send my way to give me a piece of knowledge. You know, God used who he pleases along the path, and I don't ever know where they're at in their journey. But the smells, how I really got rid of the smells is um I was told to pray. To pray when I smell them, to pray them away. And I noticed when I started doing that, I wouldn't, I stopped smelling the smells. Also wanted to talk about what I meant about losing myself and feeling like I was going insane or just going crazy. I was looking crazy. I was coming off crazy. I was like overly emotional, really just so afraid in different ways. I would have panic attacks. And at first, back then, I didn't know what they were, but I would have to like hold on to my seatbelt. If I was in a car, I noticed I would hold on to my seatbelt. Like I just needed to grip something. I needed to something. And imagine like hyperventilating. And I used to hyperventilate really bad. I don't let myself go down that road no more. But I used to hyperventilate really bad. Imagine hyperventilating. Anybody who's ever really hyperventilate, it's not necessarily that you're not in your right mind. You just can't calm yourself down. Like I couldn't catch myself. It was real bad when I was younger. But as I got older, I would talk to myself while I'm going through it, telling myself it's okay. It's okay. This time, this is temporary. This moment is going to pass. Breathe. Like I would really have to tell myself that. But imagine hyperventilating and nobody's there to calm you down. I also wanted to talk about the things that changed, that I seen a change in me. When it first really went to going down, like I really got into the word. Like with nobody around, like I would just eat, sleep, and breathe my Bible. And I just really wanted to walk like God. I want to be this virtuous woman. But it started making me think a different way too. But as far as like changing and feeling reborn again, I stopped cussing. I used to have 2 piercings at my lips. I removed the piercings just naturally. A lot of stuff it just fell off me. Like nothing could deter me, but a lot goes into who you surround yourself by, because over time I got sucked back into that same lifestyle and to backslide is like, in the Bible it says a dog who goes back to his own vomit. But what it really felt like was, and I remember crying. I had stopped messing around with my girlfriend. I was talking to people who I felt like was very spiritual and connected to God, and they would talk to me. They would be honest with me. So it was God sending those, walking me through it. Like, hey, just hold on. And I still went back. I couldn't resist. And I cried like a baby. And to backslide is like, it's really one of those moments where like you feel like you hurt God, and where you really just disappointed your parent. And you did wrong, and you ain't no going back and fixing. After I backslid, it's like all the blessings that God had gave me, and I had less than what I have now. This is probably the 4th time, like, and this time it ain't no going back. But I lost everything, things that I know I couldn't have got without God. Everything that was going smooth and even for me was just like detoured and just blocked and ending like nothing after I really backslid. And that clean feeling, that reborn feeling, I have never felt that feeling again. It doesn't matter how much closer I got to God, how many times he forgave me, I have not ever felt that feeling again. I have friends that believe in different things. And this is what I say about religion tried to begin to mess with me. I had to really know that I know God. And another thing is that it doesn't really talk anything about Christianity in the Bible, you supposed to just walk like God. Now, if I'm wrong, I know I got some catching up to do and to, go over some things, freshen up my mind. I'm just speaking on my experience. But anything, anything that you going through, before you do it, let God lead you. Let God lead you. I don't be wanting to tell nobody what to believe in and what they shouldn't believe in and all this right here. I'm not trying to act righteous or like I'm better than anybody, because I know I'm better than no one. But try God. I promise, try God. So I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I've had a blessed day today. I went to church today. I cried out to God. I praised Him. I spoke with Him about the things that I needed to speak with Him on, and I congregated, and that's what church was all about for me today. Medicine, praise and worship, thanks to God, and to give Him that battle that it wasn't ever mine to begin with. I'm gonna go take myself out for a nice meal, and I hope everyone is having a blessed day. If you have anything that you want to tell me about, any stories that you have, leave it down in the comments. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for watching.